today on EA Sports. It's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Houston Texans taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
Just 4 weeks left in the regular season, and he has to be firmly in the driver's seat for the MVP award.
Yeah, as the month of December wears on, we'll see how this all shakes out, and the debate will certainly heat up. But he's done everything they've asked of him.
Wouldn't you love to be in his head right now, though, to see what he's thinking, how much this is affecting him? Is he thinking about it at all? Are his teammates talking to him about it? He's dealing with a little bit of pressure, though, even though he's right now the #1 guy.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards on the game's opening play. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Ball carrier. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
At the 47-yard line.
Back to throw. Whitaker eluding the pressure right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
Off the bootleg. Whitaker. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose.
He was brought down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
From the 10, 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Whitaker. That is caught at the 7-yard line.
Whitaker.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Number 31.
A great play there. touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And the QB rating right now is sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. But I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yep, that's the high
That's
mark.
the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
Now the try here for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. That time a 6-play drive. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
A good gain there on first down. That run will get him 7 up to the 32-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 67 yards.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
2nd and 3. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The quarterback sacked.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. They're just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. He'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. The Texans send the punter out, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the gun, Whitaker. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Complete to number 82.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Whitaker. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line.
A loss of 11 yards.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the gun, Whitaker. High throw, but he makes the catch. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Palmer, and he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
On first down, Whitaker firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Cowboys.
Nothing to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Texans nothing.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Operating from the gun. Whitaker, flush to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Or maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. After the sack, it'll be interesting to see 23. From the gun, Whitaker. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Intercepted.
And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Number 85.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Throwing on first down, Whitaker. And he's got his man on the comebacker. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes two to tango. They'll run on first down. Palmer. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
second down. It's Palmer. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. But they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Back to throw. Whitaker. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Whitaker. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
Whitaker's pass.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Operating from the gun, Whitaker. That's taken in by Henderson. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. From the gun, Whitaker flushed out right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Whitaker, the quick slant caught. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
It's third down.
Back to throw. Whitaker. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown.
To number 80.
A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From the 6. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. From there, let's get over to Arizona to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Chargers. The Cardinals looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. 31-21, the final score. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Texans take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. He's brought down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
guy, what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On 1st and 10, Whitaker, and he rifles one incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Throwing again, Whitaker. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
10 yards to go.
And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the bootleg, Whitaker. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Out of bounds.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Operating from the gun, Whitaker throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. And a throw right sideline here is complete. And he's taken down inside the 30.
To number 84.
12 more yards there and another first down.
First down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Palmer. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
And goal at the 4.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. From a yard out. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
after try forthcoming. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one. Taken in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans cut into that lead. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Now for the point after. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Palmer. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Second down and 8. From the gun, Whitaker. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 41-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. Now a give right side. It's Palmer.
Holding offense.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Operating from the gun. Whitaker. That incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the gun, Whitaker. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Whitaker's pass.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They haven't been stopped yet. A perfect 7 for 7. This is 3rd and 4. This is caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Now Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll take it at the 42. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half. It gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
And he's got some space here. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. A big play here for the Cowboys. 43 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Dallas.
So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. The try here for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And a quick throw here that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
I don't know what the heck.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Dixon. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
21 yards.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
19-yard line. To Today's final score, Cowboys.
A big
42,
offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Cowboys, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year.
And they will head home for next week's contest. That is against Washington.
Meanwhile, for Houston, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.